This is a short video looking at editing a photograph of some garden foliage into more of a moody black and white image that has some highlights and shade. I've got my image open in Camera Raw. It's just been imported from Adobe Bridge. And I've got the basic panel open, and I'm just going to make a few basic edits to get the image more to the kind of tone that I want. I'm going to adjust the exposure. So when I add some minus exposure, I can see some of the veins on the leaf, the central leaf, sort of beginning to stand out a bit, which is quite nice. I'm going to also alter the contrast a little bit. I think if I turn it up slightly, it'll give me the more of the look I'm after. I'll also try the highlights, and if I turn the highlights down, I can see more of the detail in the veins on the middle leaf. I want to add some dark shadows, so I'm going to get those shadows and turn those down quite a lot. And the same with the blacks, so I'll turn the blacks down. You can see that the blue clipping warning sign is coming on, but that's okay. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to open that into Photoshop. So this is the, I've got the crop tool open at the moment. This is the image in Photoshop. I think what I'm going to do next is go into my Nik filters, and I'm going to do a black and white conversion using Silver Efex. So I'm going to click on the Silver Efex tool in the little floating panel. This takes a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to ignore the presets and just go over to the right hand side and play around with the structure control, which is a kind of contrast control for the Nik filters. I'm going to add some structure, which, as you can see, makes it look a little bit more crunchy overall. I'm going to also tweak the structure just for the highlights, because that is kind of the issue that I'm interested in here. On the center leaf, you can see that as I tweak the highlight structure control, you get some more detail coming out in the veins of the leaf. I'm going to try the color filters. I'm not sure that will help in this instance. The red filter brings out a little bit more detail in the leaves, and the orange and the yellow, but I think it's really kind of destroying the kind of effect that I was looking for. So if I tick the green filter, you can see it makes the leaves look really kind of flat and less contrasty. The blue filter, however, goes the complete opposite way and makes them incredibly contrasty. I think that's probably a bit too much even for what I'm looking for. So I'm going to turn the colour filters off, although, interesting, no, I think it's too much. I'm going to look down at the toning effects, and I think I've decided for this one a selenium tone, so quite a cool selenium tone will probably work. So I'm going to go for filter number 6, which is the most extreme of the selenium tones. I'm going to click OK. I think I've done in Silver Efex for that one. And this will take a few seconds just to save the alterations that Nik has done. Okay. Now what I want to do, I think, to finish things off is to crop the image. I feel it will probably work better as a square. So Yeah, I think that is roughly where I want it. Oops, sorry, slight error there. Go back. Try again. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the crop that I want. And finally, I'm going to go to Filters and Camera Raw Filter. Which is, thank you. And I'm going to add a bit of vignetting just to draw the attention to the center. So Effects and Camera Raw and Vignette. I'm going to add quite a lot of vignetting. In this case, I think more is definitely more. So about 60 on that one. And that just tones down all the outside areas and adds concentration to the middle. I'm just going to take a quick look at levels and just see about tweaking the levels, but I'm not sure. No, I think it's probably better without the levels. So I think I'm done. So that came from Adobe Bridge, selected it and went through the basic controls in ACR, turned down the shadows, made sure I could see the highlight detail in the veins on the leaf, took that into Nik filters, into Silver Efex, where I added some contrast with the structure filters, and I added a tone, a selenium tone, brought it back into Photoshop, added a crop, added a vignette with the Camera Raw filter, and I'm going to call that finished.